I am a Unite member. I work full-time. I'm also a workplace rep, but also I'm a Labour councillor, and that's on the Warrington Borough Council. And on the 4th of March this year, 2013, I voted against the cuts that were put forward. That were put forward by a Labour-controlled council. On Thursday, the 4th of April this year, the Warrington Labour group suspended me from the Labour group indefinitely. And then after that, Maggie Thatcher died. So, one action always another reaction. Can I just say at this point that Unite the Union are fully supportive of me. I've just come from a United Left meeting where Len McCluskey came along, and they have pledged their full support for me. So thanks to them. What I thought I'd do is just give you a bit of background as to what happened and why I did what I did. Is that okay? Yeah. Since 2010, I've had accusations thrown at me. This is by my own Labour group. They've tried to intimidate me, bully me, simply for trying to work within the Labour group and put forward what I think are my alternatives, and it's part of Unite's strategy as well. So, you know, they've even stopped me from speaking now. They've started shutting me down, closing me off, won't let me speak, they won't let me put anything forward. We had a budget meeting that I tried to speak at, they wouldn't let me speak at that, but they spent more time trying to get rid of me in a meeting to suspend me than they did on a budget meeting. It's disgraceful, really. But just to let you know that the budget report that they put forward stated that £30.1 million of additional funding, additional savings as they call them, I call them cuts, will be needed over the next 4 years. And these budget cuts, as said by our finance guy, is scraping the bottom of the barrel now. So I'm wondering how on earth Warrington Borough Council are going to maintain these level of cuts over the next 4 years. Warrington Borough Council increased its council tax without consultation. I found out in the press that we were doing it. And this would only bring in about £1.4 million. Yet we can afford to up our reserves by £2.5 million. It's just beyond belief. The council could safeguard jobs and services for the next 12 months by using the reserves and borrowing, and this would buy us time to build a fight back against this uncaring, Tory-led coalition government. Senior Labour councils at the Warrington Borough Council are refusing even to consider this option, and I think that's a disgrace.
Absolutely.
As I said, I was only given one chance to address my concerns on this year's budget, and to put my alternatives forward to the Labour group. The deputy chair shut me down, wouldn't allow me to finish what I was saying, and I'm still waiting for an explanation as to why they stopped me from speaking. I'm afraid that democracy, free speech has died a death within my Labour group, but as an elected member and a representative of the people of my ward, I demand to be heard. All I hear from my executive members is, there's nothing else we can do. But there is something else we can do. There are alternatives out there, but sadly they just don't want to listen. When we were in opposition before 2011, when we took over, we were attacking the coalition on the various cuts that they were doing. Yet when we took control in 2011, the first thing on the table was dismiss and re-engage of our workforce. I fought it all the way with the GMB and the unions and reps that were on site, and eventually it was taken off the table. So, you know, we can fight these things. And since that time, like I say, I've been shouted down and stopped from speaking on a number of occasions. I've been into the whips 5 times prior to this on spurious allegations. They tried to take the whip off me. Regional office overturned that. But obviously this time, because I voted against the court, I've gone against the Labour whip. So, but just to continue, with the burden of universal credit, the bedroom tax, PIP payments, council tax benefits, the benefits cap, the discretionary social fund and legal aid cuts, this is enough for our most vulnerable residents to bear. And when it's a choice for residents to decide whether to keep warm or eat, and having the extra indignity of going to food banks to help feed them and their families, well, I know whose side I'm on. There are other routes. There are other routes that are deemed to be an acceptable budget and will be decided not by the views of the council officials, their legal advisors or the executive members, but will ultimately be decided by the growing number of public support against the cuts. And we all know the groups that are popping up everywhere. I feel that enough is enough. Labour councils are acting as agents of the coalition. We need to send a strong message of defiance to this idealistic, uncaring, Tory-led coalition government and show the people that, as Labour councillors, we have got the guts to stand up to this pernicious government. These council budget cuts are effectively driving services into the private sector and destroying jobs. Thank you.